You've put in the work and built your Klaviyo app. Now, the big question, how do you get it in front of thousands of users? This video is your guide to getting published on the Klaviyo App Marketplace. We'll walk you through everything you need to know, from the review process to a checklist for success. But first, don't forget to like and subscribe to see more content like this. Once you've built your app and ensured installation and uninstallation work smoothly, it's time to prepare your submission. Here's the general path to publication. You will develop your app, prepare app details and meet security requirements, test your app thoroughly, review the submission checklist, and submit your app for Klaviyo review. The more prepared you are, the smoother this process will be. And remember that we're here to help, so think of the Klaviyo review team as your partners in success. Once submitted, the team will test and either approve it for publishing or provide feedback for updates. After you address our feedback, you can resubmit your app, and once all the requirements are met, your app will go live on the Klaviyo App Marketplace. To help you stay on track, the Klaviyo ecosystem team has created a detailed checklist focusing on several key areas. First up, your app's core value to customers. Your app does something great for its users, so let's make sure its value is clear on your website and in your listing page. You'll also need to provide customer-facing support documentation covering how to install the app, how to use it, and what data is passed in and out of Klaviyo. Before you can submit your app for review, you'll need at least 5 active customer installs. This serves as an informal beta, giving you the chance to validate that your customers can install and use your app successfully. It also helps us monitor API performance and error rates before your app reaches a wider audience. Ultimately, it's about making sure the experience delivers real value for your customers from day one. Next, your app should be simple and intuitive for customers to install and use. Walk through the experience yourself, from installing the app to everyday usage. Refine any areas where a user might get confused. Think modern, clean, and frictionless. And most importantly, no coding required from the customer. Your app also needs to meet several technical standards when integrating with Klaviyo. First, your install URL should immediately kick off an intuitive authorization flow. Make sure you handle your errors with detailed error notifications. You should also include a settings URL that directs users to a Klaviyo-specific integration settings page. At a minimum, users should be able to enable or disable the application here. Other technical requirements include using the least permissive scopes necessary, building on up-to-date and stable API revisions, maintaining low API error rates, which you can monitor on your app's insights page, and following guidelines for branded app metrics. Avoid duplicate or divergent metrics that can break user flows and segments. Good news! Within 24 hours of installation, Klaviyo will automatically migrate historical metrics to the branded versions. Next, let's talk about your app marketplace listing itself. You'll need a clear app name and description, a logo, URLs for your privacy policy and terms of service, 2 to 6 key features to highlight, and a way for customers to contact your support. Your listing must also follow Klaviyo's brand guidelines, including using the latest Klaviyo logo. You also need a user guide and a media gallery with images that meet our image specs. Be sure your user guide reflects the OAuth installation flow. Next up is testing access for the Klaviyo review team. You'll need to fill out the installation instructions template, include a recorded demo, provide a customer workflow outlining install and usage steps, share a list of API endpoints used, their use cases, and required scopes, and include an architectural diagram of data flow between your systems and Klaviyo. If your app has a gated account system, set up an account for Klaviyo. If your app is paid, make sure the test account is fully active and paid for so we can test the full experience. If your app is behind a feature flag, make sure it's enabled for our testing account. Lastly, all apps must meet Klaviyo's security requirements, which includes having a formal InfoSec policy. You'll find full details in the app listing requirements checklist on the developer portal. You will also need to accept the app directory agreement, Klaviyo's acceptable use policy, and the API terms of use. Most app rejections come down to a few common issues, including incorrect or broken install and settings URLs, missing or unclear error messages, the use of deprecated APIs, and improper uninstall flows. Here are a few key things to watch out for. First, your install URL should launch the OAuth flow immediately and include the correct structure, including client ID, redirect URL, scopes, and more per our documentation. And your settings URL should link to a page where users can manage their Klaviyo integration. If a user denies authorization, your app should show a clear error message with a helpful next step. When users uninstall your app, it must be removed from their Klaviyo account, meaning all access and refresh tokens must be revoked properly. Want to get your app published fast? Stick to these best practices. First, test thoroughly. Walk through the full user experience and make sure everything works and looks great. Next, submit a complete and secure app. Use the developer portal checklist as your guide and don't leave anything out. Finally, maintain responsive communication with the review team. We're here to help you publish secure, stable, and customer-ready apps, so stay in touch. Building a Klaviyo app opens the door to reaching thousands of users and delivering real, meaningful value. Follow this guide and you'll be well on your way to a smooth, successful launch on the Klaviyo App Marketplace. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe, and click the description for more content like this to help you learn and grow with Klaviyo.